Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams to all the devotees. Thank you all for joining in for our Ekadashi special session. We'll start with Harinam Sankirtan and follow the schedule that is already shared. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Shotarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Jaya Balagopal Jaya Balagopal Jai Shri Balagopal Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Gurudev Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai Srila Gurudev ki jai Anant Koti Vaishnava Vrind ki jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. So happy Shattil Ekadashi to all the devotees. We'll start with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Jnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रधायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरदुषे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तराले कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं हरिः ओम तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. So thank you all for joining in. Let's quickly now go on to one Vaishnava bhajan that we will sing, and then we can start off with reading the translations. So the devotees who would like to read the translations can raise your hand, and then we will quickly sing the song and then raise the and then read the translation of the song. So this is His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu has actually prescribed this method. Instead of actually, he said, instead of reciting all the 700 verses, he said it is better that we follow the schedule, that we will do one Vaishnava bhajan, and then we will do we'll read the translation of that bhajan, then we will do 108 important verses with Prabhupada's translation, and then we will do one round of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and that's where we will end our session. Of course, we start with Harinam Sankirtan Mangalacharan prayers. So today we will sing the song which states that the same Jagannath is the same as is the same Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and who is the same as Jai Gaur, say Krishna, say Jagannath. So the same Krishna has appeared as Jagannath, and the same Krishna has appeared as Shachira Nandan, right? Jagannath and Shachira Nandan, which is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Okay, so let me share my screen. जय जय जगन्नाथ सचिदानंदान त्रिभुवनी कोरी जार चरण वंदन। जय जय जगन्नाथ सचिदानंदान त्रिभुवनी कोरी जार चरण वंदन। नीलाचले शंख चक्र गदा पद्मधार नदिया नगारे ढंडा कमंडलुकार। नीलाचले शंख चक्र गदा पद्मधार नदिया नगारे ढंडा कमंडलुकार। केह बोले पूरबे रावण बदिला गोलोकेर वैभव लीला प्रकाश कुरीला। केह बोले पूरबे रावण बदिला गोलोकेर वैभव लीला प्रकाश कुरीला। जय जय जगन्नाथ सचिदानंदान त्रिभुवनी कोरी जार चरण वंदन। श्री राधार भावे बे गौरा अवतार हरे कृष्णा नाम गौरा कोरिला प्रचार। श्री राधा भावे बे गौरावतार हरे कृष्णा नाम गौरा गोरिला प्रचार वासुदेव घोष बोले करे जोड़ा हाथ जय गौर से कृष्णा से जगन्नाथ वासुदेव घोष बोले करे जोड़ा हाथ जय गौर से कृष्णा से जगन्नाथ जय जय जगन्नाथ सच्चिदानंदा त्रिभुवने कोरी जार चरण वंदन हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय जय जगन्नाथ सच्चिदानंदा त्रिभुवने कोरे जार चरण वंदन Hare Krishna. So, devotees who want to read the translation can raise your hands. So, I'll read the first one. All glories, all glories, all glories to the dear son of Jagannatha Mishra and Chachi Devi. All the three worlds offer prayers unto his lotus feet. Nilachal, he holds a conch shell, disc, club, and lotus flower. While in the town of Nadia, he holds a sannyasi staff and water pot. So in Nilachal, who is there? Before he assumed the form of Jagannath, the place was called Nilachal, where he was in the form of Neela Madhava. And in this way, he was worshipped. And the same Neela Madhava appeared like Vishwavasu. There's a very nice past name also. How the Shabara king asked his minister to actually find out about this Neela Madhava worship and how he comes. And then he goes with Vishwavasu. And then he goes to find that the deity is no longer there. And in this way, later on, he asks his minister to actually he comes in the dream and he tells that I would now like to be worshipped in the form of the Daru Brahma form, in the form of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. And in this way, Indradyumna Maharaj actually arranges for the worship of the deities in the form of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. So this Nilachal, where he holds the conch shell, Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma, he is the same person who's now appeared in the town of Nadia. He holds a sannyasi staff and water pot, right? As a sannyasi, he is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Keho Bole Purabe Ravana Badila. It is said that in olden times, as Lord Ramachandra, he killed the demon Ravana. Then later on, as Lord Krishna, he revealed the splendously opulent pastimes of Goloka. Golokera, Premadana, Harinama, Sankirtana. So the same Lord Ram appeared as Lord Sri Krishna to give out the nectar of Goloka Vrindavan Dham. It is he who has come. Oh, he has come. Oh, from Vraja, he has come to Nadia. Accepting the mood and lustre of Sri Radha, he has come from Vraja to Nadia. He has come. Now Lord Govinda, the cowherd boy, has come as Lord Gauranga. He has come distributing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Vasudeva Ghosh bole kore joda hath. Vasudeva Ghosh is singing with folded hands. Jai Gaur, say Krishna, say Jagannath. He who is Gaura is the same who is Lord Sri Krishna, and he is the same Lord Sri Jagannath. Sri Jagannath, Baladev Subhadra Maiya ki Jai. Sri Radha Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So now we will go on to our 108 important verses of the Bhagavad Gita. So let me quickly share my screen, the PPT. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I've already shared it in the group. So devotees who want to look at your own personal copy also can check it out, and also share my screen here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So let's go with the 100 important verses. Bhagavad Gita 1.1. Devotees, if you would like to read, you can raise your hands, and then you can read the verse in the translation. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samavetayuyutsavah Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. So Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after assembling in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do, being desirous to fight? So here we discussed last Ekadashi also. What is the mode of Dhritarashtra? Right? Sanjaya is, the Dhritarashtra is also inquiring, and Arjuna is also inquiring. But what is the difference? The difference is in the mood. Dhritarashtra is only worried about what my sons, whether they will retain the kingdom, whether they will win the war. That was the only thing going on in his mind. Whereas Arjuna, when he was making the inquiry, he was inquiring from Krishna what is good for him, how should he perform his duty. So that is the difference between Dhritarashtra's inquiry and Arjuna's inquiry. And then we see how at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna gets his answers, and then Krishna tells Arjuna, "Yata ichasi tata kuru." Do what now? What do you do? Whatever you like. And Arjuna decides, right, to do whatever the Lord tells him to do. Right? Karishye vachanam tava. That's what Arjuna tells Krishna. So in this way, when we complete the study of the Bhagavad Gita, that is what we should also be prepared. Be prepared to follow the instructions of our spiritual master, which is non-different from the instructions that Krishna has given in Bhagavad Gita. So this is the sum and substance of the Bhagavad Gita. And what is the conclusion we need to arrive at the end of the study of Bhagavad Gita? Like that. Okay, 2.7. Mataji, go ahead. Meenakshi Mataji, you want to go ahead?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Arjunovacha karpanyadoshopahatah svabhavah pritchami tvam dharma sammudachetaha yat shreyasyan vichitam bruvitanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Arjuna said, now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So here, this is the turning point of Bhagavad Gita. Until such time, we see that Arjuna is continuously giving reasons after reasons why he will not fight the war, why he will not perform his duty. Right? He's saying that I will be tainted with sinful reactions. I will not have my family. So how will I enjoy? Whom will I show off my opulence? If the head of the family gets destroyed, then there will be Varna Shankara. All of this. He gives reasons to Krishna why he will not fight. But Krishna does not speak anything until Arjuna has surrendered. So in this verse, when Arjuna is saying, I am surrendering unto you, I am your disciple, instruct me. And now Krishna starts speaking. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Yes, Mataji. Ashochananvasocastvam prajnavadamscha bhashase gatasho nagasasumscha nanushocanti panditaah.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead. Thank you.
Yeah. So Arjuna is giving a lot of wonderful logical reasons why he will not fight. But Krishna is telling him, you're a fool. Right? While we are speaking learned words, you are lamenting for something that is not worthy of grief. That means what Krishna is calling Arjuna a fool here. Right? And that is what is the meaning of Guru. Right? Krishna is the Guru of Arjuna. And all of our spiritual masters coming in the bona fide Guru Parampara, our Shiksha Gurus and our Diksha Guru, if they call us a fool and they guide us, that is the greatest benediction for us. right? Otherwise, if they gurus are not meant to pacify our false ego. Oh, you're doing very nicely, very nicely. No, that's not the purpose of a guru, right? A guru is always supposed to tell what is right and what is wrong. And then it is our free will whether we follow guru or we don't follow the guru, or we follow the mind, right? Either we follow the guru or we follow the mind. Like Prabhupada tells in one purport, serve we have to do, right? Whether we are serving our spiritual master, whether we are serving Krishna, or whether we are serving our mind. According to that, our future destination will be dependent upon. Yeah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Natvevaham Jatuna. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Natvevaham Jatunasam Natvam Neme Janadipaha Nachaiva na Vivishyamaha Sarve Vayamata Param. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So this is emphasizing on the individuality aspect of the Bhagavan, right? Supreme Personality of Godhead. That means I am a person, you are also a person. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are all Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam, Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kaman. That means Krishna is the maintainer, and Krishna is maintaining all the other living entities. Krishna is also eternal. Krishna also has a form. We are also eternal, and we also have a form. But Krishna is the maintainer, and we are all maintained by Krishna. Krishna's there's no difference between Krishna's body and soul, right? Because when Krishna descends, he appears according to his own will. Whereas our body and soul, there is a difference, right? We appear or we take birth in a mother's womb because of our previous karmas and our desires, right? Krishna is Satchit Ananda. Yeah, we are also Satchit Ananda. At a soul level, we are Satchit and Ananda. But Krishna is infinitely Satchit and Ananda, whereas we are minutely Satchit and Ananda. So the Lord is infinite and we are infinitesimal. Okay. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Okay. Maushmi Mataji, you want to go ahead?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare
Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Yes. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuyati.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, as the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from bodyhood to body, from bodyhood to
youth to old age.
To youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
Yeah. So from this verse onwards, Krishna is describing to Arjuna. Arjuna is Nimitta Matra, right? Arjuna is just a means for Krishna to give us this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, right? We discussed how a mother-in-law teaches her daughter-in-law through her daughter, like that, right? Because her daughter-in-law should not feel like, oh, I've just come here and my mother-in-law is scolding me. So in that way, she does not scold the daughter-in-law directly. Indirectly, through the daughter, she tells the daughter-in-law how things are to be done in the house, like that. Similarly, Krishna is speaking this Bhagavad Gita to all of us through the medium of Arjuna, because Arjuna is a pure devotee of the Lord. Arjuna knows what he should do, what he should not do. But he has been put into illusion by the Lord so that we get to know, that we study the Bhagavad Gita, which is our manual for our life. Right? So in this, the first one is, the body is always perishable and the soul is eternal. So the next couple of verses we will see how Krishna is going to speak, differentiating between body and soul, and how we have to take care of our soul and not the body. Right? Prabhupada gives example in Bhagavad Gita, how simply taking care of the cage of the bird is no use if the bird inside is dead, right? So we have to take care of the bird, we have to feed the bird. At the same time, we have to ensure that the cage is clean also. So similarly, we have to take care of our soul, because we are ultimately souls. But at the same time, we also take care of our body also, because our body actually helps us to perform the various sanghas of devotional service. In this way, the body is helping us to attain our destination of Krishna Prema, like that. Okay, the next couple of verses will be between soul versus body. So quickly we'll read it. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkadha agama paino anitya stam stitiksha shva bharata. Yes, Mataji. Translation.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and mm, their
And their disappearance in due course.
and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer season. They arise from senses perception. O see,
Sion of Bharata.
Sion of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed.
Yeah. So happiness and distress will come and go, just like winter and summer seasons. We discussed the other day how we don't ask for misery, right? Misery comes of its own accord. Similarly, even if we don't ask for happiness, whatever happiness we're destined to according to our karma, we will definitely get. So we don't worry about what I should get. Oh, I should get happiness, etc. Right? Just like misery comes of its own accord, happiness also will come. So what we should do? We should tolerate both happiness and the misery without being disturbed. Without being disturbed means what? Right? Do we not feel sad? Do we not have emotions? No. We discussed how devotees have emotions, but they dovetail it in the service of the Supreme Lord. And in all situations, a devotee performs his dharma, which is his swadharma or sanatana dharma, both. Right? As swadharma means as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, as an employee of a company, as a father, as a husband, whatever be our role, we perform our swadharma. Like Arjuna in this case, right? Once he is clear of this Bhagavad Gita, he decides to get up and fight the war. Although initially he did not want to do so. And then Sanatana Dharma is our ABCD square formula given by Prabhupada. Association of devotees, study Bhagavad Gita, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, perform devotional service, and honor only Krishna Prasadam. If we do all of this, then we learn to tolerate happiness and distress with an equanimity, with an equal mind, right? Of course, this is a process. We've started doing the process. So our Prabhupada says in one of the Ishopanishad purports, Prabhupada says, right, if the process is already started, then the destination will ultimately be attained. There is no doubt about it. The more sincere, the more faithful we are in the process, in performing the process, in following the instructions of our Siksha Gurus and Diksha Guru, the easier we will attain the destination. The faster we will attain the destination. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. So here, Prabhupada is saying for the soul, there is neither birth, na jayate mriyate. There is no birth or death for the soul. Nayam bhutva bhavita vanabhuyah. Is not come into being, is not come into being and will not come into being. Na hanyate hanyamani sharire. And nitya shashvatoyam purana. Unborn, eternal, ever existing and primeval. Not slain when the body is slain. Okay, all of this will not see Shiva Gavan watch it. All of these next couple of verses are spoken by the Lord only. We'll just quickly focus on the translations and the verses. Vasam Shijirnani Yata Vihaya Navani Granati Naroparani Tata Sharirani Vihaya Jirnani Anyani Samyati Navani Dehi. Yes, Mataji. Moshmi Mataji.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, as a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old one and useless one.
Yeah. So again, the temporariness of the body and the eternity of the soul is described. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayantyapo, na shoshayati marutaha.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor witnessed by the wind.
Third. Yeah. So again the eternality of the soul, how it cannot be burned by fire, it cannot be moistened by water, etc. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmat apariharyerte natvam shochitum arhasi. So again, Lord Krishna is talking about how the one who has taken birth, that means we have this material body then death is bound to happen, right? We were talking about how we buy rice and dal from the shop, right? It has a manufacture date, it has an expiry date, right? Like that, our body also has a manufacture date, the day we are born, and the expiry date, which we not written on the packet. Like it's written on the packet, it's not written on our body, but death is sure. If there is birth, the death has to happen, right? In between, Gaur Gopal Prabhu was saying in another class, right? Between birth and death, we have the C, right? Birth is B and D is death, and in between C, we have a choice, right? The way we live in our life, with the way we exercise our choices, we can either ensure a repetition of birth and death, or we can ensure that we go back to Godhead. But if you decided to follow this path of Krishna consciousness, then definitely at some point in time, when the purification happens completely, we will go back to Godhead. We will not get into the womb of another mother like that. Dehi nityam avadyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam shochitum arhasi. So here Krishna is saying, he who dwells in the body can never be slain. Again, the eternality of the soul, that the soul cannot be cut or cannot be killed. Neha vikramanaşosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapi yasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. Neha vikrama, krama, nasho. Krama and nasha, that means there is no loss, and nasha means there is no destruction. Pratyavayo na vidyate, right? And a little advancement in this path, swalpam means very little advancement in this path, can actually protect one from the greatest fear. Trayate mahato bhayat, greatest fear, right? What is this path? Then this path means in this endeavor, it refers to the process of bhakti yoga. If you are engaging in the ABCD square formula given by Prabhupada, then in this life, if we complete till 50%, in our next life, if you're not able to perfect our life, we will continue from 51%, right? But that is not the case, right? I'm a chartered accountant, right? But when I die and take up another body, if I don't perfect my life in this lifetime, then again I have to do ABCD, right? I have to again go to the nursery and junior KG, senior KG, I have to start. I cannot say, I've already completed my chartered accountancy, let me continue from there, right? So there is always destruction in whatever material qualifications we have. Anything that is connected to this body will die with this body. However, this process of devotional service, the benefits that is accruing out of devotional service is the only thing that can be carried forward from one body to another. And why? Because it's carried forward through the subtle body, through our mind, through our intelligence, and through our false ego. And when our false ego, that means ahankar, that means I am doing it, I know everything, I am the controller. So there is ahankar. When that ahankar is completely, when the ego will always have, right? We'll always have the identity. But when we realize the real ego, that I am the servant of the Lord, whatever is given to me by the Lord and can be taken away by the Lord at any time, right? Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tene taktena bunjita magrada kasyas vidanam. Whatever we have received is by the mercy of the Lord. We utilize it in the service of the Lord. And when we do this, there is no loss in the path, right? There is this beautiful pastime of Ajamil, right? Where simply he called out the name of his son Narayan, right? It was not even the Lord that he intended to call, but simply calling the name of Lord Narayan, he got another chance. And then he went to Badrinath and then he perfected his life, right? So in this way, he got a second chance. It's not that immediately he went back to Godhead. No, he got a second chance to perfect his life. Why? Because he called out the name of Narayan. Simply, indirectly also, right? Sanketyam parihasyam va stobam helanam eva. Right? Whether out of indirectly, or whether humorously, or whether trying to even tease others, right? Sometimes when we go on the street for Harinam Sankirtan, people say, oh, the Hare Krishnas have come again. Oh, you come again. Like that they ask, right? Even that will give them the Sukriti. And this benefit of even uttering Hare Krishna once, or like Jamil uttered the name Narayan, right? Slowly but surely, depending on how much our consciousness is directed towards the Lord, there is no diminution or loss. It will continue in the next body like that. Vyavasayatmika buddhi kurunandana bahusha hi anantasya buddhayo avyavasayinam. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Vyavasayatmika buddhi means the intelligence of a person is one focused. Ekaha Kurunandana. For a devotee, he is able to focus on only one thing. A devotee needs to focus. A devotee need not think, oh, I will get wealth, I will get a nice job, I will get promotion. A devotee need not think about that. What should a devotee think? There is only one purpose, right? How I can serve and please my gurus, my Siksha gurus and my Diksha guru, right? When I please them, automatically Krishna is pleased. And automatically whatever is required for me, I will get. Right? That's why Ekaha Kuru Nandana. I have only one objective, to please my spiritual masters. That's why my objective is only one. But Bahushaka Yanantascha Buddhayo Avyavasayina. Right? One who is not a devotee, what happens to him? His intelligence is many branched. Why? Because I want to please so many devatas. I want to worship Ganesha to remove all the obstacles. I want to worship Lord Shiva to get a very beautiful wife. I want to worship Saraswati so that I get pass, get good marks or pass with flying colors like that. Right? That's why, right, at this stage, we all have a lot of desires. Right? That is why Krishna tells in Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful verse. It says, Akama sarva kamova moksha kamo dharadi. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param, right? Whether we have lot of desires. Of course, in the anartha nivritti stage that most of us are in, right? We have a lot of desires. Even when we want to satisfy those desires, we pray only to the Supreme Lord. Oh Krishna, if it pleases you, right? Let it happen this way, right? In that way, we discussed the other day how the worship of demigods and worship of the Lord. It's like going to a shopkeeper and asking for a chocolate every day. If as long as I have 5 rupees, I go and give it to the shopkeeper, he will give me a chocolate every day, isn't it? He's not going to tell, hey, why you are eating chocolate every day? Your teeth will get spoiled. Is he going to say that? No, he's not interested. As long as you give 5 rupees, he'll give you. That is the relationship with the demigods. That means if I perform the worship very nicely, that also you cannot do in Kali Yuga. That's a different thing. But in case we are able to do, according to the Karma Kanda sections, according to the Vedas, we are worshipping the demigods. Then the demigods have to fulfill our desire. But what is the backside to it? The behind thing to this is that whatever we have asked for to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that may not be good for us, right? Whatever we are praying, right, to get from the Lord, that may not be good for us. Just like we are going and asking for chocolate from the shopkeeper, whereas the chocolate is not good for us. Yet we are getting the chocolate, right? Similarly, Devatas will give us whatever is not good for us also, if we worship in a particular way. But if we pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we will get it only when it is good for us. Because Krishna knows our past, present and future. He knows what is going to be best for us in the long run. Right? He's not going to, we don't know. We think that something is very good for us, right? But then it may not be good for us, right? Sometimes we decide, we take up a particular course, right? And I've seen a couple of students also taking up the science and then finding it very difficult, right? They pray a lot and then they're not able to get it. After 3-4 attempts, what do? They go to other fields, right? Commerce, etc. Right? So in that way, we understand that is what is good for me. That is why the Lord is giving me that. Rather than getting morose that, oh, I did not get what I want, I'm not going to trust the Lord, right? That does not work like that. Because what we think is good for us need not necessarily be what is good for us. That is why we pray only to the Supreme Lord. And if we get it with the mercy of the Lord, it is good for us. It is very nice if we get what we want. If we don't get what we want, I was hearing a lecture. I'm not very sure whose class it was, but the person was saying, if we get what we want, fantastic. We are really happy. But if we don't get what we want, that means we are getting what Krishna wants for us. And what better plan can we do when Krishna himself has a different plan for us, right? And Krishna has executed a plan for us. That plan will definitely be better than our own plan. So in this way, we should accept everything that is happening as a mercy of the Supreme Lord. In this way, we will not feel anxious. We will not have, all these kind of mental, anxieties, etc. Right? If we simply accept, but it does not mean that we become complacent and not do our duty. Right? We do our duty, just like Yashoda Maya. She wanted to catch Krishna. She ran behind him. She was breathless. The flowers on her hair was falling down, and she was panting. She was quite aged. She must be in her 30s, 40s, right? According to, because the mother of Krishna, isn't it? And Krishna is a small boy. Krishna is a Supreme Lord, and who can catch Krishna? Yet the Lord agreed to be bound by his devotee, just because she was endeavoring so much that Krishna allowed himself to be conquered by Mother Yashoda. So in this way, we work according to our endeavor. We perform our endeavor to the best of our ability, and we are simply focused in pleasing the Lord. And in this way, when we work, then whatever result we get, if we take that as the mercy of the Lord, then that is the perfect kind of intelligence. Yeah. All right. Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam taya parata chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidiyate. Right? We spoke about vyavasayatmika buddhi. That means those whose intelligence is many branched. Right? What happens? They are attached to so many sense enjoyments. They want so many things. In such people, the determination devotional service does not take place. Yeah. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunyo Bhava Arjuna Nirdvandvo Nitya Sattvasto Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. Then the Lord is saying, the Vedas deal with the three modes of material nature, but become transcendental through the three modes. So why is Krishna saying become transcendental? Because even if we go to the Sattvic platform, or in this case, we also discussed about how we worship the demigods according to the Vedic injunctions, yet we are not getting the result that is permanent, right? We're getting a result that is temporary. So Krishna is advising Arjuna, and Krishna is advising us through Arjuna that don't stick to the three modes of material nature. Transcend yourself above the three modes of material nature. Attain the Shuddha Sattvic platform like that. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Yavanartha Udapane Sarvataha Samplutodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanataha. All the purposes served by a small well can at once be served by a great reservoir of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them, right? So here, as well as Radhanath Swami Maharaj in one of his lectures, he was saying, if you have 200 rupee note, automatically 2 rupees and 20 rupees are covered in it. Similarly, if we already have the love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is like a great ocean, and all of our small desires will automatically be fulfilled. Just like whatever can be served by a small well can also be served by a great reservoir of water like that. So, for us to understand the purpose of the Vedas is to understand Vedishcha Sarvair Ahameva Vedyo, Krishna tells. If you understand Krishna, then we understand all of the Vedic scriptures. But if we study all of the Vedic scriptures like Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Karma Kanda sections, everything we by heart, entire Bhagavad Gita, but we don't understand Krishna, then there is no use. But even if we don't know even a single verse of Bhagavad Gita, whatever may be, but if you understand Krishna as a Supreme Lord, I am supposed to serve Krishna, and if we are very, very clear and we work accordingly, that is a much better situation, right? Because we've understood Vedaishcha Sarvair Ahameva Vedya. Understood Krishna means you understood everything. Vishayamini Vartante Niraharasya Dehinah Rasavarjam Rasopyasya Param Drishtva Nivartate. Right? So in the next couple of verses is going to talk about how this lust begins. Lust begins by contemplation on a particular material object. And then we want to enjoy that particular material object. If we get it, then we want more and more of it. If we don't get it, then we get angry. So next couple of verses is telling us how this material objects and attraction to the material objects will keep us in this material world. So let's quickly read. Vishayavini Vartante Niraharasya Dehinah Rasavarjam Rasopyasya Param Drishtva Nivartate. Though the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, the taste for sense objects remains. But seizing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, one is fixed in consciousness. Because we are going to get attracted by a lot of these material objects, right? Prabhupada gives a very beautiful example, right? We want to, whatever we want to eat, right? We prepare at home, offer it to Krishna and then have it because prasadam, right? If you want to have pizza or if you want to have pasta, whatever it may be, we simply offer it to the Lord and then have and the same pizza or the pasta, right? And in this way, what happens? By experiencing this higher taste, we don't want to go out and have it anytime. Whenever we see, a McDonald's or some other, restaurant, we don't want to go and eat because we know that whatever, if I feel like eating something, I can go home, cook, offer it to the Lord and have Krishna Prasadam. In this way, by experiencing a higher taste of having Prasadam, we'll be able to control our urges to have this roadside food or to have food in the restaurants, etc. Because not only does it give value to the in terms of taste to the food, but it also gives us spiritual credits. Because simply by having prasadam, right? Prabhupada says, I think it's only Sridhar Swami Maharaj says, "Kate pite hum log golok ko jayenge." Matlab, If we are having prasadam only, then we are also doing devotional service. At the same time, we are not restricting ourselves. Oh, I should not have this. This is material. I should not enjoy myself like that. Right? There are some Ashtanga yogis, right, who practice so many austerities, standing in one leg, trying to control their breath also, not breathing for a couple of seconds, etc. They get a lot of siddhis, but all of this also die with the body. So what is very important is Rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. What is that higher taste? That higher taste is going to give us a benefit which is eternal. The higher taste is going to give us a benefit which is not restricted with this body, right? It is long lasting, right? And then a couple of verses, next couple of verses, we talk about how we are entangled in this material world. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodot bijayate. So what is the first step? Contemplating. And then what happens? One develops lust, attachment for them. From attachment, lust develops. From lust, anger arises. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti vibhramaha, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. So after that, what happens? If our desire is not fulfilled, what happens? We get angry. When we get angry, what happens? Our memory becomes bewildered. When our memory becomes bewildered, what happens? We lack the discrimination power because our intelligence is lost. And because of that, we fall again into this material pool. That means into getting a desire, going and fulfilling that particular desire. What happens? It's like ghee being poured on fire. Right? For a moment, it looks like the fire is extinguished, but then it starts burning even more higher like that. So similarly, when we engage in sense gratification, it looks like we are satisfied for that particular second or a minute or a couple of minutes, but then the sense gratification fire starts burning even more. That is why we should be very careful. Ragadvesh vimuktaistu vishayan indriyaicharan atmavashyar videyatma prasadam adhigacchati. But a person free from all attachment and aversion, who is able to control his senses through the regulative principles of freedom, can obtain the mercy of the Lord. A very, very beautiful example is Prabhupada himself is given, right? We spoke about the prasadam example. The prasadam example is how we are controlling our senses. That means we are not eating whenever we want. We are eating after offering to Krishna only. That way our senses are controlled. The regulative principles of freedom is exercised. That I'm not artificially telling myself I should not enjoy, but I'm dovetailing my enjoyment propensity in the service of the Lord. And that choice also can be exercised only by the mercy of the Lord. Prasadam adi gacchati. Yanisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati samyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sanisha pashyado mune. What is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-control. And the time of awakening for all beings is night for the introspective sage. So here, this is a very beautiful, His Grace Radhesham Prabhu, I believe, was explaining in one of his sessions. I was talking about how these New Year parties, right? When do these New Year parties and all end? The New Year parties and all, they end at say 2 in the morning, right? And that is the time when the people are completely passionate about various things, right? They just want to completely enjoy, and their enjoyment ends say by 2 a.m. in the morning. And by that time, what do the devotees do? The devotees are already sleeping at that time, right? Because the mode of tamasic has already started, right? When the sun sets, that means what happens? What is that? Krishna Surya Sama, Maya Haya Andakar, Jahan Krishna, Vaha Nahi Hai Maya Adhikar. That is why after sunset, what happens? The time to actually Tamogun starts, right? At that particular time, when it's time to go to sleep. That's why His Grace Radhesham Prabhu was saying we have to go to sleep at 9 o'clock and wake up in the morning by say 3:30, 4 o'clock like that, depending on whether we need 6 or 7 hours of sleep. We need continuous 6 to 7 hours of sleep. We wake up at 3:30 or 4 in the morning. And that is the time all of these people who want to enjoy the materialistic things, they actually they go to sleep at 4 o'clock, and we wake up at 4 o'clock because we have our scheduled sadhana that is prescribed. And in the night, 9 o'clock only, these parties all start with great enthusiasm, right? But for us, at 9 o'clock, we are slowly winding down our activities so that we can peacefully sleep. And Radhesham Prabhu was saying, even when we go to sleep, we should think, oh, I'm going to rest now, so that when I wake up in the morning, I'm rejuvenated, so that I can continue with my service to Guru and Gauranga. So that is the mood of great devotees. And if we practice that, then we can also be in this path of devotional service and attain our desired success. Okay. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Yajnatat Karmano Anyatra Lokoyam Karma Bandanaha Tadartam Karma Kaunteya Mukta Sangha Samachara. Yajnatat Karmano Anyatra Lokoyam Karma Bandanaha. Yajna means whatever we are doing in our day-to-day life, that is all yajna only. How is it yajna? Because if we don't work as a sacrifice, right? In this age, it is said we don't have proper ghee, we don't have purified substances to offer in the yajna or the fire of the sacrifice. Why? Because there are no purified articles in this age of Kali. However, we can perform yajna at every instance in Kali Yuga. How do we do that? Work for the satisfaction of the Lord. If we work for the Lord's satisfaction and accept as the mercy of the Lord, that's why we said, right? We endeavor as if everything is depending on us. But then once we complete our endeavor, or when we complete our study and after giving the exam, then you're not worried about the result. Is it, like Gaur Gopal Prabhu was saying, right? Is it within your hands? Yes, then do it. What is stopping you, right? And then he is saying, if it is not within your hands, then why worry, right? If it is there in your hands, do it. Why worry? If it is not there in your within your control, why worry, right? Because we always know this verse. Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhuranam sarvabhutanam nyatva shanti mrichati. What is not within my control is within the control of the Supreme Lord, who is my best friend. Right? And he is my eternal well-wisher. He is my eternal benefactor. He will take care of me. And whatever he does to me, it is for my interest. So if we have that kind of faith in the Lord, then we will not be affected by any of the happenings of this material world. And whatever work we do, we will perform it as yajna. Okay, let's move forward. What happened? Yeah. Yad yadacharati shreshtas tattat evetaro janah sayat pramanam kurute lokastat anuvartate. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. So Prabhupada mentions in this purport how Krishna, he is the Supreme Lord. He has no duty to perform, right? He can eternally enjoy in Goloka Vrindavan Dham. Yet he comes, yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharat. Right? He comes to this earthly planets time and again so that he attracts us. And when he appears in this material world, he performs, whether as Dwarakadish or as the husband of 16,108 queens. In various aspects, he is performing his duty. Why is he doing that? Because the whole population will actually follow the Supreme Lord like that. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. Right? Prakrite kriyamanani. So we are talking about the three doers. Right? As Jiva, we can only desire. And the Lord is a sanctioner. Once the Lord sanctions, then Prakriti carries out the various activities. Right? We saw the example of how we want a Mercedes Benz. Right? But according to our karma, we can only get a Wagonar. Right? Then what happens? The Lord sanctions a Wagonar for us. And then what happens? Prakriti will arrange it. Right? How will the Prakriti arrange it? So maybe we will get a bonus of say 5 lakhs or 6, whatever the cost of the Wagonar. In that way, we might get that money and we may be able to go and purchase the Wagonar car, right? So we have to desire. It's even if the Lord sanctions, but we don't endeavor, then we will not get it, right? Because I have to endeavor to go to the car store and book the car and take the car and bring it, right? If I don't desire and if I'm lethargic, then although I'm entitled to certain things, I will not get it, or those things will get delayed because of lack of endeavor, because of lack of desire. So I have to endeavor. The Lord has to sanction, and everybody desires so many things in this world. Does everybody's desire get fulfilled? No. Why? Because it also depends on the Lord's sanction. And the Lord is Swarad. Sometimes we've not studied at all for the exam, and then we pass with flying colors, right? Kripa Siddha, right? Just with the mercy of the Lord. Of course, we should not be going with the mercy of the Lord alone, because it is said God also helps those who help themselves, right? So if we try hard, and then the Lord's sanction is there, we will get the desired result. But if we try hard, the Lord's sanction is not there, then we should not get morose, because there is a better plan for us. In all cases, we should know, kartaham iti manyate. I am not the doer. I am not the sole doer, rather, right? I am the desirer. I endeavor. That is true. But I am not the sole doer. Hence, I cannot claim the result of the activities, right? Ahankara vimudatma. I should not think that I have done the activity, I have to get the result. No. There are so many factors playing a role. Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna, Samudbhavaha, Mahashano, Mahapapma, Vidyenam, Ihavairinam. So here the Lord is saying the lust, anger, and greed are the 3 gates to hell, right? So lust, when satisfied, becomes greed. We want more and more of it. And if the lust is not satisfied, it becomes anger. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivaswan manave praha manur ikshvakave bravet. So now this chapter, as in fourth chapter starting, so this chapter talks about the Guru Parampara, how to receive the knowledge from a bona fide spiritual master who's coming in one of the four bona fide Guru Paramparas. We saw it as Sri Sampradaya, Lakshmi Sampradaya or Sri Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya, Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, Vaishnava Parampara, in which we are coming, and Rudra Sampradaya. So one has to learn from one of the four bona fide Paramparas. Why? Because these four have been started from Lord Krishna himself. Yeah. So here, Imam Vivasvati Yogam Proktavan Hamavyam. I gave the science of yoga to Vivaswan. Vivaswan gave to his Manu, to his son Manu, and Manu gave it to his son Ikshvaku. In this way, it always follows the disciplic succession. एवं परंपरा प्राप्तम इमं राजर्षयो विदुः सकालिने हमहता yogo नष्टः परन्तप. So but with the passage of time, Krishna himself is saying that this knowledge got diluted, this knowledge got, the disciplic succession got broken, hence I am giving it to you again like that. स एवायं मया तेद्य योगः प्रोक्तः पुरातनः Bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hi taduttamam. Very good, right? Krishna wanted to give Bhagavad Gita knowledge, but why only Arjuna? So many people are there, right? But Krishna tells here, I have chosen you because you are my friend and you can understand the transcendental mystery of this science. So only a devotee can understand Bhagavad Gita, or what I have to do, what I should not do, right? Dhritarashtra didn't understand Bhagavad Gita at the end of it. He was still as confused as ever. And later on, Vidura had to come and chastise Dhritarashtra and take him like that. But at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was clear what I should do, what I should not do. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swamadishthaya sambhavami atmamaya. So Krishna is now explaining his own transcendental nature. He's saying, I am unborn, my transcendental body never deteriorates. I appear millennium after millennium. Why? To attract all of you conditioned souls back home to that dham where there is no birth, no death, no disease, no old age, where there is eternal bliss. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthana madharmasya tadatmanam smrajamiham. Right? We saw this. Every yuga, why is Krishna coming? So that he can claim fallen souls like us. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Right? Deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants. Right? Here also we were discussing the other day how delivering the pious is more important. Right? Otherwise, there could be famine, there could be fire, there could be coronavirus, various situations Krishna can just create being in the dham. And all of the miscreants or whoever Krishna wants them to die, they will all die. Why should Krishna come personally? But the Lord comes to have adan pradan, or the Lord comes to have loving reciprocation with his devotees, and that is the primary reason. Right? We also spoke about so probably I think we'll do till 6th chapter and then we'll continue next Ekadashi. So we were discussing the other day about somebody who's staying in the United States, right, for many years, and then this person is having his nephew or his niece's wedding happening in Mumbai, right? So that person is coming after 20 years to Mumbai. When he comes to Mumbai, what does he do? He attends the wedding. He has a good time with his relatives. And what does he do? He also remembers, I have a house in Mumbai. So let me get that house cleaned, right? So the main purpose is to come, is not to clean his house. The main purpose is to come and have a loving relations with his relatives. At the same time, what happens? He also gets the house cleaning done, right? So in this way, the Lord appears simply to satisfy his devotees. And by the way, what happens? All of the miscreants get annihilated. Okay, just 1 second. I'll just come. Hare Krishna. Sorry. So in this way, the Lord appears not primarily to destroy the miscreants, but primarily to to protect the pious, to have the loving relationship with the devotees. Okay. Then, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvatah tyaktva deham punar janmanaiti mamiti so Arjuna. So Krishna is saying here, one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not have to take birth again. Why transcendental appearance? Like we discussed, right? We appear or we take birth because of our past karma. But Krishna appears according to his own will, like that. So, Vitaraga Baya Krodha Manmaya Mamupashrita Bahavo Jnana Tapasa Puta Madbhavamagata. So the Lord saying, being freed from Vita, Raga, Bhaya and Krodha, 4 things. Attachment, fear and anger. And then Manmaya Mam Upashritaha, being fully absorbed in me. And such a person, what happens to him? Madbhavamagataha. Such a person will attain transcendental love for me. Ye tamam prapadyante tam sataiva vajamiham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaha. So Krishna is saying, as you surrender, I shall reward you accordingly, right? So in this way, depending on our surrender, in fact, when Krishna comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes and he instructs Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, go and knock in everybody's home and give them this Hari Nama, right? With the faith and Shraddhavana Jana hai, Prabhu re ajnaye bhai, magi ek biksha, bolo Krishna, bhajo Krishna, koro Krishna siksha. Right? In this way, Nityananda Prabhu is going and begging everybody, please chant Krishna's names, please worship Krishna. In this way, he is giving. So, Krishna demands surrender. According to what you surrender, I will give you. I will give you the intelligence, what you should do, what you should not do. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. But he is the most munificent avatar. He gives Krishna Nam, whether we want it or not, like that. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself who's advented in this Kali Yuga to give us the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra as the Yuga Dharma. Simply by chanting, right? We need not go to the temple every day. We need not, go for yatra every day, right? If you are not able to, of course, we should go whenever there's a chance. We should go in the association of devotees and to all those Leela Stalis. But simply being at home, simply in the comforts of our home, we can simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and will attain the same perfection that is attained by the yogis of the Satya Yuga by performing meditation, by the devotees of Treta Yuga by performing yajnas, by the devotees of Dwapara Yuga by performing deity worship. The same benefit is attained by a devotee in Kali Yuga, simply sitting at home, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Chaturvarnyam maya shrishtam gunakarma vibhagashah tasya kartaramaphi mam vidyakartaram avyayam. Right? So he's saying Chaturvarnyam maya shrishtam. What are the 4 varnashramas that is created by me? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Vanaprastha, Grihastha and Sannyasi. These are the 4 varnas and ashramas. So what is Krishna saying? They are all created by me. And what is the purpose of all this varnashrama system? The purpose of the varnashrama system is to attain love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, like that. Right? Tasya kartaram apam vidya kartaram avyayam. Right? We have to understand that the Lord is a non-doer. We saw here how the Lord is simply the sanctioner. Right? The Lord is a non-doer. The Lord is unchangeable. Yet the Lord has created everything. Right? Through his energies, everything happened like that. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. This is the very, very important verse. If we can, we should buy out this verse. This verse is talking about how we should get the transcendental knowledge. By approaching a spiritual master, by submissively serving the spiritual master. In this way, by pleasing the spiritual master will give us the transcendental knowledge in our heart. Why? Because he has already realized the supreme truth. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Right? Tadvidi pranipatena, pariprashnena sevaya. Pariprashnena and sevaya, asking questions with a humble mood and rendering service. Upadekshanti, that means the transcendental knowledge will be given by the spiritual master because he is a tattvadarshinaha. He has already seen the truth. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini shuni chaiva swapakecha pandita samadarshinaha. Vidya vinaya sampanne. Vidya means knowledge. Vinaya means humility. So one who is acquired proper transcendental knowledge will acquire humility also. right? One does not get puffed up. Oh, I know everything. That means if you are puffed up means we should understand that our knowledge is not spiritual. Our knowledge is material, and it is of no use, right? At the end of it, when we have Vidya and Vinaya together, when we acquire spiritual knowledge, Vidya, Vinaya or humility automatically comes. And in that state, what do we see? We see every what is that? Brahmane, Gavi Hastini, Shuni Cheva Swabhakecha. So one sees a Brahmana, a dog eater, as well as an elephant, etc. Hastini, right? Everybody with a equal vision. So that is the real knowledge that we obtain, because we see the spirit soul in each and every living entity. We don't see the material body like that. ये ही संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुःखयो न एवते आदियन्तवन्त कौन्तेय नतीशो रमते बुधः ये ही संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुःखयो न एवते. Like we were talking, right? In this material world, there is no happiness. Why? Because the Lord has designated this world as Dukhalayam, Ashashvatam, temporary, and also Dukhalayam, right? We have Pustakalayam, we have books, right? We have Pustak and a Pustakalayam. Similarly, we will have only Dukkha and a Dukhalayam. If we are looking for pleasure in Dukhalayam, we are fools. And even if we get some Sukha, it means absence of Dukkha, right? For example, if you're having severe headache and we just take a Crocin, right? Our headache is relieved and then we feel, oh, I'm very happy now. My headache is gone. But is it real happiness? No, it is not happiness. It is simply absence of misery. That's what we think as happiness. Adi antavanta kaunteya. And is it permanent cure? No, maybe after 2 hours I'll get a headache again. So they are even such kind of absence of misery, that kind of temporary happiness also is still short-lived, right? It has a beginning, it has an end. Nateshu ramate buddha. So wise man does not delight in them. Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvalokam mahishwaram suhradam sarvabhutanam nyatvam shanti mrichati. Right? This is the Supreme Lord is a ultimate CEO. His Grace Madan Sundar Prabhu says CEO means Krishna is the supreme controller, Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and Krishna is the complete owner of everything. So when we don't consider ourselves a proprietor or the controller or the owner of all the things, then where is the anxiety, right? What is it that I have to lose? I don't have anything that I need to lose. So I can have peace from the pangs of material miseries, right? Because I have not brought anything, I have not acquired anything. Everything is given to me by the mercy of the Lord, and let the Lord take it away whenever he wants to. If that is the mode of surrender that we have, then we will have peace in our life. All right. Now we move on to the 6th chapter. Yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmashu yukta swapnava bodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. So how do we develop this complete surrender? First of all, we have to be regulated in our eating, sleeping, recreation, and work. Yukta ahara. Ahara is eating. Vihara means what is that? Viharasya, that means is recreation or whatever work we are doing for our entertainment, like that. Yukta chestasya karmashu and yukta swapna avabodhasya. That means when we are sleeping, right? When do we get swapna? Swapna is when we are sleeping. And whatever work we do, cheshta means endeavor that we do. Yogo bhavati dukkha. If we do it for the purpose of, if you are doing it in a regulated way, yukta means a regulated way, then what happens? Yogo bhavati dukkha. Whatever dukkha or misery that we will get, it can get mitigated or reduced if you are regulated in our eating, sleeping, work, and recreation, like that. Prapya punya kritam lokan ushitva shashwati samah shuchinam srimatam gehe yoga brashta bijayate. Right? So here, this verse is very hope-giving, right? If an unsuccessful yogi, even after practicing so long, if he does not perfect his life, then he's still born in a family of righteous people. Why? Because neha vikrama nashosti. There is no loss or diminution. If we practice bhakti, then according to where we have left in our previous life, we will continue. Right? Prabhupada also says in Lilamrita that I and my spiritual master were fortunate enough to be born in Vaishnava families. Right? When we are born in Vaishnava families, what happens? Prabhupada says, right? When I used to get up in the morning, I hear the ding, ding, ding sound. Right? Wherein Srila Prabhupada's father, Gaur Mohan De, now what does he do? He does morning arati, and when he hears the bell sound, Abhay Charan used to wake up. So like that, one can practice bhakti right from childhood, and that is the best way to practice Krishna consciousness. Prahlad Maharaj also says, right? Kaumaram acharet prajna. One has to practice spiritual life right from one's birth, right from childhood. योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनन्तरात्मना Shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. So Krishna is saying of all yogis, we have karma yoga, we have jnana yoga, we have ashtanga yoga. But Krishna is saying out of all the yogas, what is the best? Bhakti yoga. And how should that bhakti yoga be performed? Shraddhavan bhajate yomam, with faith. Same yukta tamo mataha. Such a person is the highest, right? The highest kind of yoga is bhakti yoga. And such a person who renders bhakti yoga, that means transcendental loving service to me, what happens? He always thinks of me within himself. He always abides in me, and he always lives with me. And that is my opinion. So we are not interested about anybody else's opinion. We are only interested in Lord Shri Krishna's opinion. What is Krishna saying? Practice bhakti yoga, and in this way, develop an attraction for me and come back to my abode. With this, we will end. We've just quickly summarized the first 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. So next time when we take next Ekadashi, we will take from 7 to 12 of the Bhagavad Gita. Depending on the number of slokas, we will do this, right? So we also maintain the time, and we also able to do a little bit of justice to the understanding of the Bhagavad Gita. All right. So now we'll all chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra together. I will request all the devotees to switch on your cameras. Give us your darshan. Yeah, I've already shared it, Mataji. In Medhavini group, it is already shared. All right. Okay, Ramya Mataji is there. Manimala Mataji is there. Vijayalakshmi Priya Mataji is there. Meghana Mataji is there. Oh, we thank Meghana Mataji. She joined us for the first time today. Welcome, Mataji. Thank you for joining us. Karpagavalli Mataji is there. Moshmi Mataji, Meenakshi Mataji, Jyotsna, Nisha Mataji. Okay. So all of you all are regular Ekadashi Sangha. Thank you very much for joining us every Ekadashi. So let's start one round of chanting of the Hare Krishna Mantra. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhi Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Gauranga. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasani Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare शरणम प्रभु की जय कलियुग पतित पावन हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय सामवेद भक्तवृंद की जय all glories assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Shila Prabhupada ki jay Hare Krishna. So let's have darshan of all the devotees who are staying with us till the end. We are 15 minutes later. Thank you for tolerating me. Sorry for the delay. So Vijayalakshmi Priya Mataji is there, Jyotsna Mataji, Nisha Mataji, Nilanjani Mataji, Hari Bol. Very nicely working in the office and hearing chanting. Mam Anuswara Yudhyacha, right? Perform our Swadharma and listen to the holy name. But exclusively we have to do our rounds when we are doing our chanting, but it is always good to hear the Mahamantra even when we are working. So very nice. Hare Krishna. Shobha Mataji, thank you. Meenakshi Mataji, Ramya Krishnan Mataji. Oh, Ramya Mataji joining us a long time. Hari Bol. Thank you. Karpagavali Mataji, Moshmi Mataji, Madhuri Mataji, Meghna Mataji. Please join us. Madhuri Mataji also, I believe, for the first time you joined? Okay, so we'll, devotees can unmute themselves now. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, Madhuri Mataji, you joined us for the first time today?
Yes, Mataji, for the first time.
Hare Bol. Thank you. Where are you from?
I'm from Mumbai, Mataji.
Oh, Mumbai. Okay. Mumbai where?
Kalyan.
Oh, Kalyan. Very nice. Meghna Mataji is from Pune. She's also joined us for the first time today. Thank you for joining in. And then we have Anjana Mataji, Manimala Mataji, Hema Mataji, and all the devotees. Thank you all for joining in. Mancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. So how was it? Meghna Mataji and Madhuri Mataji can share your experience of chanting in congregation.
Very nice. Good.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So please do join us every time. The more the merrier to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So please join whenever possible. Yeah. Hare Krishna. And we also have the Brahma Murta program tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock. So you can join in, say, according to your own time, maybe 6 to 6:15 or 6:20, we will have the Japa talk and the chanting together. So where we switch on our cameras and try to do at least 2 rounds where we switch on our cameras and chant. So that time if you join in, it'll be nice. All right. Hare Krishna. So happy Ekadashi to all of you. I hope all of you are fasting from grains and beans and chanting more Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And all of you have joined the Sankalpa group and have given your rounds, the number of rounds, extra rounds. So please chant and be happy. We're trying for that only, right? We all want to be happy, and the best we can all be happy if we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai.
Mataji, every day same time, 12:45.
No. So tomorrow onwards we will resume back to our regular time, 12 o'clock. 12 to 1:15. 12 to 1:15. 12 o'clock to 12 to 1 we will do 12 to 12:45 we will do Bhagavad Gita. 12:45 to 1:15 we will do nectar of instruction. Okay?
Mataji, I want to say something.
Yes.
I have shifted from Bombay to Calcutta. My husband is got retired, and I am in Tarkeshwar now.
Okay.
Yeah, near Astara Mandir. That is God.
Is there an ISKCON temple nearby?
Yeah. ISKCON temple nearby.
Jai. That's very wonderful. Hari Bol. Please do visit the ISKCON temple regularly in the weekends, whenever possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Thank you all very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada.